life is not easy. It's not supposed to be easy. And if someone tells you that life is easy or can be easy, they're basically lying to you. And before I start this video, I want to talk about something that I feel like is confused a lot: the difference between hard and complicated. Complicated means a lack of information. Let's take, for example, a game with levels. Let's say there are 100 levels in this game. When you're on level 1, you might not know the rules of the game. You might not know how the game works. You might not know what you need to do to unlock the next level. So you're in a state where you lack information. That's why the game feels hard, but it is actually more complicated than it is hard, because you lack information, general information about the game. And once you gain that information, the game might not get easier, because the more you advance levels, the harder the game actually gets. But it gets less complicated because you understand what you need to do in order to unlock the next level. That's why it's really important for me to make the difference between hard and complicated. And once you understand the rules of the game, it might not get any easier, but the game becomes extremely simple to you because you know what you need to do, and the game becomes really straightforward. And I had an epiphany a few years ago when I realized this, that life is hard but it is not complicated, and that life might not be easy but it is extremely simple. And one message that I want you to keep in mind in this video is that complicated is a lack of information. If you truly want something in life, realize that to get it, it's gonna be hard. It's not actually complicated, because I don't know what you want in life, but I'm sure that you already know what you need to do to get the thing that you want. So if you're in this stage where you already know what you need to do and how you need to proceed in order to get the thing that you want, then it is not complicated. It is just hard. And what is hard is actually the decision to decide to do the uncomfortable, the decision to decide to face pain, the unknown, and discomfort, and something that you've never done before, and basically put you in a situation that is unpleasant or uncomfortable. And if you're not in a stage where you know what you need to do, life appears complicated to you because you lack information. You lack the puzzle pieces that will take you to where you want to be. So complicated is very simple to solve. You just need to go seek the information that you need. If life wasn't hard, you'd already have all the things that you want. If it was easy, everyone would be doing it. So by you choosing the hard path, it shows your strength of character. Realize that a lot of people are actually afraid of pain, hard, discomfort, the unknown, all these unpleasant feelings and situations. If it was easy, you and everyone would attain their goals and reach their dreams, but it is not the case. And it's not the case because life is supposed to be like this. Life is supposed to be hard. Remember this: if life was easy, everyone would be doing it. But the reason why so few people actually go through their goals and go through the thing they know is gonna better themselves and improve their lives is because it is hard. It is hard. But there is a notion that I want to introduce to you. It's the notion of paying now or paying later. You could choose to live a comfortable life. So basically, you don't do anything uncomfortable. You don't do anything painful. You don't face the unknown. So you could choose to live a very comfortable life and stay inside your comfort zone, never doing anything that makes you uncomfortable or that is unfamiliar to you. But what you need to realize is that you're gonna have to pay for that. You're gonna have to pay for that down the road, there's a moment where you are gonna have to pay for the easy life you're currently living, or you could choose to do what you know is good for you right now, even though it's uncomfortable, even though it's painful, even though it's unfamiliar. You could choose to do that now and pay now for a better tomorrow. And I love this paradox because everyone has to pay at some point. Everyone has to go through the uncomfortable and through pain and just like discomfort in general, and go through hardship. Let's take an example. You're in school and you're deciding not to study because you prefer watching TV and playing video games. So right now your life is very comfortable. You're not doing anything that is uncomfortable to you. So you're not studying basically. But then you fail your exams. You fail your exams and you're forced to repeat the same year again. So in this scenario, you're choosing to pay later. And something about paying later is that the consequences are greater, and the pain and the discomfort and the hardship is also greater. And there is a quote I found on the internet, and that absolutely summarizes this situation. Life gets harder when you try to make it easy. So when you try to make life easy right now by avoiding anything that makes you uncomfortable, by avoiding the unfamiliar and the hard, you are gonna make your life harder in the future, because you can't avoid paying. At some point you're always gonna have to pay. That's something I learned, and that I always remind myself of this. I'm either paying now or I'm gonna pay in the future, and it's gonna be harder, it's gonna be more unfamiliar, and it is gonna be more uncomfortable, and the consequences are gonna be greater. So you should never try to seek an easy life, because it is just a fantasy. It is a fantasy. You can't have an easy life now and not pay for it. And even if you want an easier life in the future, you have to pay now. So it is a fantasy to go for the easy life, and it is gonna lead to disappointment. And also, you should never seek to live an easy life, because you're gonna miss out on so many opportunities. And in my opinion, the greater missed opportunity is the opportunity for growth and for becoming a better person, becoming the best version of yourself, because it is not a secret that you grow more through hardships and obstacles, because hardships teach you valuable life lessons, and that's how you become a wiser, a more open-minded, and a more resilient person in general. It's through hardships. And that's something I wanted to say as well. If you try to avoid hardships and obstacles, you're missing on a key aspect of life, because pain, hardships, obstacles, struggles, discomfort, the unfamiliar, the unknown, this is an inherent part of life. And you trying to avoid these life experiences, it's you basically denying a key part of life. And there's also another quote that I absolutely loved, and I had another epiphany when I heard it for the first time, and I'm not quite sure of the exact quote, but it is basically along the lines: pain and discomfort show you who you really are. If you're constantly avoiding hardships and struggles and obstacles, you will never know what you're capable of. You will never know who you really are. First of all, it's impossible to avoid these things, because as I said, life is not just rainbows and sunshines, and you will always go through obstacles and hardships and struggle. But if you decide not to learn valuable lessons from these experiences, you will never know who you really are. You will never know what you're capable of. Life's hard, it's supposed to be. If we didn't suffer, we'd never learn anything. And that's basically about this. You grow from the lessons you learn from hardships. And there are two kinds of hardships in life. The hardships you choose by doing uncomfortable things, for example, studying when you don't want to, working out when you don't want to, waking up early when you don't want to. So all these uncomfortable things that you choose to do because you know that it is the best for you. And then there's the hardships that life throws at you. And from these two types of hardships, there are valuable life lessons to learn. So first of all, you should realize that pain, struggle, hardship, obstacles are a part of life. And second of all, if you want to grow as a person, if you want to be a resilient person, if you want to be a strong person, you actually have to chase those things. You actually have to chase those uncomfortable things. I think you already know it because you realize that the things that you truly want in life will require putting yourself in the uncomfortable, putting yourself in the unknown, in the unfamiliar. Because as I said, if life was easy, you'd already have all the things that you want. All the things that you want, you'd have them right now. You'd already be doing the things that you know will take you to the places you want to be. But the reason you don't is because life is hard. And yeah, I just wanted to make this video because I feel like there's so much confusion about life being complicated, life being easy, life being hard. Life is only complicated because you lack information. So if you're at a point in your life where life is complicated, I truly encourage you to reflect on your situation and seek answers and solutions, because that's the only way you will uncomplicate life, because life is not complicated. We complicate life by dwelling on our hardships instead of seeking information. I really wanted to talk about this because that's something I realized in the last few weeks. I introspected a lot. There was a point where I thought to myself, why is life that way? Why do I have to do uncomfortable things? Life is not supposed to be like this. And then I realized that I was wrong. It is like this, and maybe it is unfair, but that's how life is. You grow the most through hardships, and life being hard teaches you so many things. After you've done something that is hard, you feel all these positive qualities about yourself. And isn't that the real reward? To feel good about yourself after you've done something hard, after you've overcome something hard. So yes, maybe deep down we wished life was easy and that we didn't have to do anything. We didn't have to go through all these hard things. But in the end, when you do the hard thing, when you go out of your comfort zone, when you do unfamiliar, uncomfortable things, you just feel so great about yourself. And I think that's the point. And I want to end the video with this. I hope you found value in it, and you can share with me in the comments if something I said resonated with you. You can also subscribe for more videos like this. I am rooting for you, and I hope to see you in the next video.